Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Brenda's Musings. So today I want to talk to you about joy. A friend of mine had a post earlier today, and it said something along the line of people being able to rob you of your joy. And we had a bit of a discussion afterwards, and I said to her, "This is what I have recognized in my own journey into joy. It's that people cannot rob us of something like joy because it's something that comes from within us. It's not something that they can take from us. We can give it to them, but they can't take it. And so when somebody says something or does something that sort of, punches me in the stomach, what I have found is that I need to sort of be with that for a moment. I need to examine the truth in what it is that they've said. Maybe they said something and it's hit a little bit too close to home. Maybe it's showing me that I'm not being the best possible version of myself. Maybe it's a projection. It has nothing to do with me. It's a projection of them onto me. Maybe it's hitting like some insecurity that I've been carrying around with me since childhood. There's just so many different ways that things can hit us. And what we need to do is just take a few moments. You don't have to belabor the point, but just take a few moments and say, okay, what is the truth in this for me? And then take that truth and, if it's an integrity issue or whatever, then clean it up. If it's a projection sort of a thing, well, then that has nothing to do with us. We just leave the whole thing right on the doorstep. If it's an insecurity that we've been carrying with us, a lack mentality of some sort, some falsehood that we've come to, use as a self-identifying factor in our lives, like, oh, you're not good enough, or you're too noisy, or you're too quiet, or you're too whatever. And, often these are formed in our childhood years, and we just drag them with us, decade after decade. They get heavier and heavier because they're grabbing all this crap from behind us. And it's heavy, right? So those ones are a little bit harder to get rid of. We can't just sort of dump them. I mean, we can. We can. It actually is as easy as that. It's as easy as just dumping it like that in that moment. But we don't tend to do that. I digress. What you need to do, though, is find the truth in the comment. Why did it land as it landed? And then extract from that anything that you can change or, do something about as it affects you, having nothing to do with whoever inflicted it upon you, okay? Only within yourself. And then let it go. It's really that simple. Because you cannot live in a place of hurt and a place of joy at the same time. It's a conscious choice. I either live in joy or I live in hurt or despair or sadness or whatever that feeling is. I can't live in both. So if you choose joy, you've got to choose the fact that that comment or that action, is not going to determine how you're going to live the rest of your day, the next 5 minutes. It's just simply not. So that was, those are sort of the thoughts that I had around the quote. I mean, I totally understand it, but when I reflected upon it, I went, no, people can't rob us of joy. Because joy is intrinsic. It's inside of us. And all we need to do is shine it brightly into the world. That's my musing for the day. Have a great one, everyone.